Welcome to Late Nights with Oko and Coco. Episode who knows what the fuck.
Episode who know what we here.
Right, but we're here. We're out here. We're in these streets. Okay, roll it. And this time, Corey, remember to roll it. Thanks.
Yo, these late nights got me acting a fool. I stepped in on my boom, like in the way that I move. I ain't playing around with fools.
Hilarious. That was funny.
I was so upset last week.
I was
like, oh man,
I thought it was great.
I did
Listening to it, I really liked that.
I
Because
completely.
it was like, oh, they're human. That's funny.
I like the intro song. It's supposed to.
Oh no, I love the intro song, but when you say "roll it, Corey," and you don't, it's
You
something
don't roll
funny
it, something about it was
Because you
funny.
don't always say "roll it, Corey" like you did. It was just like a ball that you said, and it was like, okay.
Right. And
But here they are.
Here they are in the streets.
Thankfully, bitches can't say they don't know our show.
Right.
So you didn't hear it thinking that what am I getting into?
Said where's the intro? Okay, simpler wines, peach. The
Usual.
usual.
You're doing.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay.
For the ASMR girls. Sure. How have you been?
Alrighty, what a sure. Feel like we have some things to discuss.
Okay, I feel like I don't even know if that much has happened. Has that much happened this week?
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
First, I want to ask you some questions. You're gonna really like this one. This is really a specific question for you, and I'm interested in it because I know you watch this show. I do not, but it got popular.
Okay.
It was a popular question on one of, I think, the Shade Room, and I wanted to bring it to you. All right, what is your favorite Boondocks quote? Can you think of one?
My favorite Boondocks quote.
Yeah, because you watch it.
I do watch the Boondocks. Nigga, you gay. Probably.
I saw that one.
It's probably nigga, you gay.
You made. Say another
what
one.
are other ones? The killer Kung Fu killer wolf bitch.
I saw that one on the
Kung Fu killer
comments.
wolf. Kung Fu wolf killer bitch. What's the name of that episode? Kung Fu killer wolf bitch. That was the first episode of the Boondocks that I saw, and I watched it. Killer Kung Fu wolf bitch.
This was years ago.
This was years ago.
Okay.
And it was the first episode like available because like you could buy episodes. This was like before streaming.
Okay.
You could buy episodes on iTunes.
Okay.
To watch on flights and stuff. You needed to have them already in order to watch them. You had to buy them. And
Got
they were
it.
like $25 for the season or something. And so when I would get like gift cards and stuff to like iTunes, I would buy TV shows usually. And that was the first episode that I bought of the Boondocks, and then subsequently bought the season. But I bought it because it was.
Can I tell you the one that on Shade Room had 44,000 likes? It's like the number one.
Which one was it? It's probably.
And you may know this. This is I'm reading the quote, which is it's funny reading it. The quote is, he called me nigga. He calls me the other kids nigga. He calls himself nigga. Nigga this, nigga that, nigga please.
That's funny.
That is funny. I don't know what the context of that is.
I don't even know. I think I maybe can pin that episode. I would
I
think
have
maybe
no
like
idea.
a pimp named Slick Black.
What?
A pimp named Slickback.
I saw that one too.
That seems like
Another popular.
Please say a pimp named part. My name is a pimp named Slickback. Please say a pimp name. The whole thing.
That's funny.
That's the
funny.
clip, and it's Cat Williams.
That's funny. And one last one that people like was, and if R. Kelly goes to jail, I'ma piss on your cat.
That's funny too.
That is funny.
That's like the second episode of Boondocks.
Oh, so you know the episode?
Oh yeah, the second episode of
Very
the Boondocks
interesting.
is about R. Kelly. The
When did
trial
it
of
premiere?
R. Kelly, maybe like 2004, something like that. 2003, 2004.
That makes perfect sense because that's when the VHSs was in the barbershops
Right.
of R. Kelly. I remember being in a barbershop.
Oh, interesting.
I remember being in a barbershop in Florida, and they had the DVDs on the outside. Yeah, I mean, it was a thing. I mean, this kind of circling to what we're going to talk about later, but it's very interesting how like some of the things that were acceptable 20 years ago
Right.
are so not.
Right.
Because in no world would people be. I mean, bootleg sex tapes are still a thing.
Bootleg sex tapes are still a thing, but it's totally different now.
Yeah.
Like to have a dude leak is like very like you can see everybody's titties.
But no, R. Kelly's that abuse what was happening along with Tom and Pamela
Pam Anderson. Yeah, those are
along
like
with
Kim K. Paris.
a little before her. Because it's like 04, so they hadn't. Kim
Kardashian is maybe like 2006.
I thought.
Yeah, but it's like she's probably the biggest.
Oh well, she is the biggest, but that was
not on the. She's talk about turning a sex tape leak into like into a couple billion.
Right.
Like period.
Right.
Period. I gotta give some respect to a little bit. I can appreciate the game.
Last fun question. What can you say during sex, but also at family dinner?
Pass me the whipped cream.
Heavy on the cream.
Heavy on the cream. Ooh.
Heavy on the cream, Jesus.
Raunchy. What else can you say for Thanksgiving? That's a funny one. I like that. That's funny.
A question?
Yeah, that's a good question. What else can you say at Thanksgiving? Let me eat the ham. I'll pass the ham. Something like that, right? You know.
That's a big sausage.
That's a big sausage. Some corn on the cob. Right. There's some There's some things you could say. There's a couple things.
The eggplant is good.
The eggplant's so good.
The eggplant is good, honey.
Corn on the cob. Right.
So there have been a couple celebrities lately who've been talking about going celibate.
I've been thinking about going celibate.
Perfect. That's let you know that I think about you. Let's play this.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, I don't think about you. Yeah, sure. That's true. Where 50 Cent is co-hosting with Drew Barrymore. She's back for her 4th season or so.
Whatever.
And play this.
He's co-hosting? Or he
co-hosting.
Was on the episode?
He's co-hosting. You know, she's never really, she for the first 20 or so minutes, she have like men who co-host with her. Ross Matthews did it for like all of last season. You know Ross Matthews?
I do know who Ross Matthews is.
He's on Ozempic and very small now, but he used to be real big.
Right.
Got a funny laugh.
He's interesting.
He's been in the game a long time, too.
He has. I know who Ross Matthews is.
He's been like 20 years or so.
Yeah, and he's just like a personality.
He is a personality. Like
he
red
doesn't
carpet.
do anything.
No, and he's also now kind of really become known for a real like RuPaul's drag race host. Yeah.
Right.
When I watched, he hadn't got there yet. Like him and T.S. Madison are like regular hosts now.
Right.
When I was watching it, I remember I actually watched RuPaul the first season when Michelle Visage wasn't even there.
I only watched RuPaul for the first time like a year ago.
You told me this.
Right. Like
play Drew and 50 and we'll talk. I want to hear your thoughts on celibacy.
Their thoughts on
50. You know, have you taken some sexy time hiatuses?
Yeah. I think it allows you to focus, and then when you go out with people, you go out with different intentions because you're not looking for that.
What are you looking for? And do you know what you're looking for?
Yeah, but just real friendship. When we get past, I think we have to develop the foundation of a relationship is friendship.
Yeah.
I like that. That was probably the most. That was interesting. That was me actually really enjoying both of them as personalities.
I thought that was a great clip.
And that's a great clip. I would watch that. I would watch the rest of that conversation. I would turn it off when
she sit pussy style and sit and hold hands.
And held his hand.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
But I would watch that. I find that to be an interesting dynamic.
I didn't mind that. Yeah, that's interesting.
And I kind of, I actually kind of like 50 Cent.
I also maybe like 50 Cent.
But
too.
I do kind of like 50 Cent.
That's interesting. I've been thinking about celibacy. Okay, this is actually very interesting, I think. So there's like, you're dating, right? And there's like steps within dating. You meet someone, right? Then there's like, you're dating somebody.
Right.
Then maybe you like move in, get engaged, get married.
Okay.
Right? Let's call it some steps, right? But there's like a step like in between meeting someone and like dating someone. You might call it a situationship. You might call it a talking phase. You might call it a whatever. I'm trying to figure out how to differentiate these categories because I think I want to date someone. And if the situationship, I couldn't, with my last one, I couldn't differentiate what the difference would be between us, what we were doing, and what dating would be.
Right. But isn't that still ongoing?
No.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh.
No, it's done.
It's done?
It's done. It's done.
Okay.
At least as far as like a sexy thing. That's
really?
Done. Yeah, that we were done.
Got it.
And so, which is whatever. That's cool.
Bye.
I'm not mad at it.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Right. And so, but I'm trying to figure out like, so because there's a difference between like, you know, a situationship and dating. But if like if you're fucking and you're going on dates and you're having a sleepover once a week, all this stuff, right? Well, what the fuck is the difference? And I think I'm thinking celibacy is a thing to put in the dating category.
Well, yeah.
Put that in the relationship one.
Right, because
that's when we could be fucking. But if we in this situationship shit, I don't think, because I feel like there's too much, my packaging, there was too much going on in my situation. The situationship package was the best deal.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like there was like, you could like the situation package versus the boyfriend package, there weren't that many differences.
Right. And it wasn't enough withholding something.
Right.
Which is necessary.
Well, something. So I'm like, what do I take?
Because if you give it all, and I'm not saying that's what you were doing, but if you give it all in just general, I feel like, especially the older I get, like it's something about getting older that changes my perception of what I want or what I think I don't want. As you know, this was an interesting question for me because I have truly been celibate since 2021.
Right.
Like where like intercourse.
Right.
I've had some hanky-panky where it was like oral stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Gawk is still around.
Gawk.
But
Gawk.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
But I will say though that I remember 2020, literally right before I met you. It's funny how I was having a conversation with a friend and I was telling him something about my whole days. And he was like, you used to hoe?
Oh.
And it's interesting because you and relatively my whole friend circle, because I've gotten newish friends.
Right.
Do not know. Like
Hoey
that Oko. Adrian listens to this show and say, oh God, I remember the stories.
Right.
I remember the stories. But even like I would say Tiffany, none of you guys have gotten that person.
Right.
It has truly been a person who 2020 came and I recognized that I didn't know what I want, but I knew that the sex wasn't doing anything. For me. It was like, okay.
Well, sex is definitely doing something for me.
Yeah, you may get there, you may not. That's the thing. I don't think this is my critique of that argument when people say it. I don't think it's for everyone. I think you should be able to find your way even through sex. I'm just choosing to be celibate, not because I need a clear head. Fuck that. After all these years, it ain't a clear head.
The problem with putting sex in the boyfriend box is I'm not dating you if I don't know that the sex is at least decent. There's no fucking shot.
That is
like,
fair.
There's absolutely no shot.
I think that's absolutely fair.
That's
fair.
So how do you separate out the boxes?
Well, because if I tell you I met a man next week, more than likely we gonna start fucking.
Right.
That's the thing with me.
Right.
So it's not, my celibacy isn't tied to like the relationship. It's just because I'm not interested.
No, I need to figure out how to what to put in the boyfriend box. Like there seems to be like you were asking for boyfriend duties and I am in situation box. Sorry, sir. Try again next time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something like that. Something but what is it? What do you put in the box? What do you take out of the box? So if the situation,
I think what you said is correct. I actually think that situationship could be like a trial run. You remember like the days of AOL internet?
Yeah.
And they would give you you would get like a little floppy disk of like, if you had internet, like 30 days free.
No, I don't remember these days.
Okay, well, somebody listening.
Someone does, but I don't.
Yeah, well, you used to could get, this is when you had to like hang up the telephone because you couldn't talk to your auntie now because you was on the internet.
I remember those days.
Yeah, like where you literally had call and you could and you'd be like, oh Lord, they on the internet. They on the internet.
And dial up.
What you gonna do if in the case of an emergency, honey? I do think that you're correct. I can understand that. I think it's fair to say, or smart even, no, you ain't getting all this nookie if we just in a situationship.
Right. But
I would do that.
But all this nookie, but how are we going to be dating?
But it's also there's a part of me that is like I don't like that traditional shit, so it doesn't.
And it feels like traditional.
It does. It feels very
traditional
straight.
to be like you can't. Yeah. You can't get no dick.
Yeah, it feels like
we're dating.
I don't adhere to that. So for me, it doesn't. I wouldn't do it because of that. But I do think though that there is a truth to be said that a man would take your pussy, slob on your dick, and then leave.
For sure.
And that shit gets old.
Right.
That gets old. Where you can where you have to look on where when he gone, you have to look and say you didn't withhold nothing from that bitch.
Right.
That is furious.
Right. I'm trying to
because I've had some people leave, and I've said to you, not even romantic wise. I even have friends or people leave, and I think, oh, well, they ain't even know me. Bye.
People write in and tell us what would you remove from the situationship box and put into the friend there's some boxes. How will we separate? What's the difference between a situationship and who you're dating?
We have a lot of women viewers.
I would like to know. I really would like to know. Because I've been struggling with this concept.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, what I want and I was getting was pretty much what I wanted. The only thing I didn't have was like an actual like person. So is it commitment? Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. There was a line. I wanted to go on I think like if you go on a trip, I think going on a trip with someone might be like an interesting spot too, an interesting line. Because I wanted to go on trips. Mm-hmm. I was down to go on trips. They didn't want to go on trips. They want to do all the other stuff. Didn't want to go on trips. That seemed like that was in the boyfriend.
Was that
box.
A part that?
Which fair? That might totally. Let's put that.
Could they afford it?
I think they could. Oh, for sure. I think they could have afforded it. It wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. But I think I don't know. This has been on my mind. We will update you as the weeks go on. Let's go to the next topic.
Okay, that's it. All right. Good old. Before we get to, I want to say something about. I want to ask you about debate last week, but I want to talk about Lotto.
Love her. She's so fun. I enjoyed her at Coachella. Mm-hmm. She had one of my favorite sets that I had seen. Very.
You really enjoyed her.
I really did enjoy her.
You talked highly about her.
She looked good. I was
I think Lotto is actually
fun.
pretty.
She's pretty as fuck.
Yeah, I think she's very pretty.
She's very pretty. Doing the light skin thing, like I was like, this is cool. She got a new single out.
Brokey.
Huh?
Brokey.
No, I haven't heard that yet.
Okay.
This is the single that was out before.
We're going to talk about Brokey.
Oh, we're going to talk about Brokey.
People are talking about Brokey, chat.
I love it, because she probably don't want a broke nigga. That's probably what the song says. I don't want no broke nigga.
Well, on Sunday, this last...
Brokey? That's funny. Yeah, it's probably funny, too. The song's probably funny.
It's probably funny. Recently, Lotto took to Twitter to let the people know that she... to clarify what the song Brokey actually means. So because of some of the lyrics, she was being accused by a lot of fans of basically shaming the average worker.
Yeah.
And
she said she don't want a broke nigga.
Yeah.
I figured that's what the song was about.
The lyrics that the people are having a problem with, it says, I'm reading it like the lyrics say, when a real one hold you down, babe, you supposed to drown. You ain't never fuck with no boss bitch. I turned you out. You won't catch me in no shark boots. Y'all burnt them out. Bitches gotta wait till their birthday to go out of town, Brokey. Lotto, you didn't have to talk about people who save their money and put layaway plans to go to Hawaii. She didn't have to do that.
Well, I think that if everyone else shits on broke people all the time.
Yeah, it's not nice.
It's not nice.
And who is everyone else?
People are only giving her literally like, what's that like? I'm making a week what you make in a year. Chris Brown said that. Like, like this is not like. I mean, people like that's rapping about opulence. That is what that is. Living a life that the average person does not.
Right.
You cannot afford me. This pussy is expensive. This pussy is not cheap. That's what the fuck she said. And realistically, that's how a lot of people think. They just mad at her because she's a girl and she said it about these broke niggas instead of it just that's what it is. They got their feelings hurt.
Well, she let you know, because that's our generation. It's really your generation, and definitely people younger than us. But she went to Twitter.
Oh, that was probably like 26.
Yeah, because she went to Twitter and she went to reading people critiquing her, and she tweeted, I hate that y'all think I was calling hard workers broke. So I got $10K for whoever makes the best video at their job to the song.
Sure.
And she's going
That's smart.
That's very smart. She's going to fly you out to be in a music video, and she went on to say, I'm going to fly you out, give you $10K, and you don't have to wait till your birthday to go out of town.
I love it. Love it. That's a great response.
Funny.
Yeah,
Funny.
$10,000.
So, I mean, yeah, I think that what you're saying, I do think that opulence and being a boss
Beyonce and Jay-Z's album. Beyonce and Jay-Z's album.
Well, they stunting all the time.
And literally, it was an album that had so many references to rich people things. I had to Google stuff. I didn't know what anything was. I was like, these references are so expensive. I don't even know what they are. What is a Patek Philippe? I was like, what the fuck is that? I gotta go look up. Oh, it's this watch that costs $850,000. Right. That's why I don't know what
even the line
because niggas who buying Rolexes are not buying Patek Philippe's. Philippe Pateks. They just said it. She said Patek Philippe. Whatever.
Even the line, of course, shit goes down when $1 billion on this elevator.
Right.
It's also kind of like, let you know, bitches.
You broke hoes could never.
Y'all fighting in the alleys.
You over here fighting about, this $14.
I got a hot-headed sister.
You fighting,
y'all
niggas fighting about splitting a $300 bill. She's like, we are not the same. We don't do it like that. So I love it. I'm sure that Brokey is a little bop. I'm gonna play it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Left my panties at his mansion like a souvenir. When a real one holds you down, babe, you supposed to drink.
Right.
Yeah, that's cute.
Right.
I hadn't heard it.
I'm about to go throw ass to this shit in the car on the way home.
You should.
I am.
I mean, God bless Mulatto. I do think that what I like the most, because I would say this to you. She changed
her name from Mulatto. Now it's just, Lotto.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Right.
I like, God, who would have thought that you would become a big rap star and realize that a very racist term is unacceptable.
Right. I don't know if everyone thinks that Mulatto is
fundamentally racist. I mean, it was
right,
racist.
but it was like it's the reclaiming of it because she's someone who would be called a mulatto.
I ain't never heard a mulatto say, I want to be a mulatto, let's reclaim it.
She literally would be someone who was called a mulatto and literally named herself mulatto, which is reclaiming.
Oh, no. I thought you meant the consensus is that we've reclaimed the word. I don't know about that.
I don't know, but the mulatto.
She fits the definition.
And
sure.
Of course, and she definitely embraced and reclaimed that concept.
Which is why
it wasn't like someone who wasn't a mulatto, saying like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
to what if so I don't know if I think of it. I think of that as reclaimed. Because I don't know if I think of that as a.
But she changed, so she.
I mean, there's lots of insults.
She said the shit. They told her, don't stop saying that shit.
You can call. There's lots of names for light skins. I call Twan stuff all the time.
You do. I've heard.
I do.
Well, remember, Twan thought that I didn't even like biracials.
That's funny. No,
he waited until after the show. He says, "Okay." Is that how you feel? I said, Twan, I'm talking shit. It's
like you little butterscotch. It's fine.
I get it.
Right?
You want to talk about Taylor Swift?
Sure.
What do you think about her endorsing Kamala last week?
Oh, that was interesting. I knew that Taylor. I felt that Taylor's endorsement was coming.
I did. What else she going?
One of the interesting. I watched her documentary on Netflix.
Okay, the one a couple years ago.
The one from a couple years ago. And because I was just trying to figure out what everyone's infatuation with her was. Mm-hmm. I did not know what it was. And this was before she really hit this new stratosphere of fame.
Right.
Which is
big then, but
she was
real
big.
Now
she's real big. Taylor's big. She's a big bitch. And so.
I want to say something about it. Go on.
That's what happens when you're a big person and then you start fucking someone who's also a big person.
Who is she?
Travis Kelce.
But she's been big before him.
She has, but he also wins Super Bowls, repeatedly.
Yeah, but when he done, she gonna still be Taylor Swift,
and he'll still be Travis Kelce. But he just signed a $100 million Spotify deal.
Yes, he did.
Okay,
yes, he did.
The money is real.
Brother, I heard.
Right, the cash is real.
God Lord,
shit, and yeah.
But you don't feel like anybody that she date kind of just become famous by default?
I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you're one of the biggest celebrities on the planet. She might be the biggest. She's up there. She's it's like her and Beyonce and Oprah and Barack Obama. Yeah. They're the biggest people. And Donald Trump, they're the biggest. These are the biggest celebrities. Elon Musk, these are the biggest celebrities on the fucking planet. They are big. They're everybody knows who they are. Jay-Z, everybody knows who they are. They're Akon, everybody knows who they are. There's a couple who are very global, very, very, very large. And she's one of them. So if any of them started fucking somebody new, we would all know immediately.
Right.
When all of them start fucking someone new.
So she, within hours of her endorsing her, because at the end, what I like about her is that she put that post up, and then they say she went on her stories and put the link to vote.
Right.
And 333,000 people visited the voters.org to register.
Via that link.
Yeah, via that link. So that's the influence, and I really respect that. And
because these fucking populations, these House races are made up of, a lot of these are going within 30,000 votes, 10,000 votes. These shits get close to the needle. That bitch can move a needle. Everybody know who Taylor Swift is.
Right, and Billie Eilish came out today.
I saw that.
And endorsed her and her brother. Why was her brother on the video with her?
Because
is he gay?
No, he's like her producer.
Oh, okay, I just didn't. I thought it was like optics. I didn't even press play.
No.
I said, he must be a queen.
No, that's funny, but no, that's
of course, Billy.
That's Phineas. But now he
what's his name?
His name is Phineas.
He looked like a Phineas.
Right. That's he looks like.
What is her name?
Billie Eilish.
That's her real name.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's Phineas.
I like
Eilish.
Jasper or something.
Right.
Moss.
That's funny. He said, "Oh, that's a good." I should clip that. That's a good clip. That's a good one.
So I think kudos to her. I think that there are fans who've been spent all weekend burning her records. They say she's getting death threats.
Taylor Swift is always getting death threats. She's one of the biggest pop
stars. What though?
She's a big ass pop star. Everyone else.
But she's so cookie cutter white lady. What is there to hate? I know why.
There's people who don't like. There's people who don't like white people. And
niggas ain't sending Taylor Swift death threats.
But niggas aren't. But there's other people who don't like white people. Taylor Swift just had a concert that she had to shut down. She canceled 6 shows in Austria, I think, because of a terrorist threat.
I did hear that. Yeah, I heard
she canceled however many shows. Canceled them all. There was like a couple 100,000 tickets sold. Canceled. Because too much.
Trump woke up on Sunday and tweeted out Taylor.
Right.
That's very childlike. That bitch is unhinged.
Well, he posted her AI, endorsement of her. That's why
I
she
said
said
on
that
the
shit.
show to you, I said wonder why she hadn't said anything. She just had a moment. She
said when the childless cat lady, she waited to see how Kamala stood up against him. Because had it not gone well, she still might have posted it.
Let's go there. Thoughts on the debate last week? Woof.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
Because we talked about it right before, and
were you watching it?
I was. Me and Chloe.
Yeah, I was watching the fuck out that. I was like, I needed popcorn. I was like,
it was interesting.
It was what I thought it would be.
Well, yeah, I didn't think he would win.
It was like Donald trying to teach everyone what. It was like Donald trying to teach everybody what it wasn't. Right. Like trying to get everyone to forget what he had done, and Kamala trying to remind everybody.
Right, that's a good point.
That's what it kind of reminded me of. Because she did bring up some things. She was like, he is a felon. Convicted 34 times. He did lose the election by 81 million points. When the what's his name asked about, because in the last couple of weeks, Donald had said that he had like admitted to losing the election by a smidge, by a hair, with his little hints. We almost lost a little bit. We lost it just by a smidge, but right. And Donald had said he had admitted defeat, and then when they called him out on that, when they said like, were they admitting thing, he was like, oh, I haven't done that. Like that was interesting. I thought that was an interesting moment.
Did you see live? Chloe and I was watching, and she had a Wingstop chicken, boneless chicken. I had spent hours, not hours, but I had spent minutes telling Chloe before she ordered. Boneless is anti-black.
That's funny.
I had a white friend years ago when I liked him, who I took to Roscoe's, and she asked her waitress for boneless, and I literally said to her, don't never do that with me.
Ever
I don't know nothing about boneless.
Don't do that.
I only do bones.
Right.
I said, don't do that. I mean it. It's offensive to me. I had this whole thing. You know how I can get. This whole spiel. I hate bones. Postmate came and dropped that shit off. Chloe opened it and it was boneless. She was like, oh God.
It was boneless?
It was boneless. They got the order wrong.
They ordered bone.
Yes, and they was already gone.
Right.
So it was nothing we could do but sop it up. I said, Jesus.
Right.
The Lord have a funny sense of humor.
They weren't good?
They were good.
Oh, they were good.
They were good.
Yeah, I'm sure they were good.
Yeah, I would turn away chicken.
Right, no, yeah.
But I want to ask, when he yelled out, they're eating the dogs, I'll never forget that moment. Because it was like, what is going on in this country?
The eating.
I heard that video. I heard that.
Yeah. Eating the dogs. That shit was hot.
I love
the internet.
Oh, yeah, the internet.
Sometimes the internet is really just on it.
The internet had so much fun with that debate. I heard a woman say to me that she felt like Kamala represented a lot of women who had actually been in like the ring with a man who they knew they were more qualified than and smarter than. And basically to say in a smart way, fuck you.
Right.
Because what he can't do is come against her intellect.
No.
That he just can't. That was kind of pitiful about him, is that you could tell that he was out of his league. This woman is smart.
Right.
And she also prepped. Trump doesn't prep for shit.
She just kept goading him into stuff.
Oh, yeah, and he took everyone.
Everybody.
Like Tulsi, you Corella DeVille bitch.
Right.
What do you prep him on? I would have took my money back from her.
She probably wasn't that expensive.
I would have took it back. She
Right.
Yeah. No. She couldn't have let me get my ass beat like that Negro did.
Right.
And I pay you. Trump don't pay people anyway.
Right.
He took it back. He said, what the fuck you done?
She probably just did it for free.
I do think it's despicable, though, what's going on with, like, that rumor or, like, that insinuation that Haitians are eating cats and dogs. It's ugly.
It's stupid.
It's stupid, but it's made it where these children can't even go to school because they've been inundated with bomb threats.
Right.
All week.
Right.
Or where they got this viral video of a Haitian worker who's there legally now. Joe signed a bill that allowed like 20,000 Haitians to come legally.
Right.
They got a video of a guy who is holding roadkill, a geese upside down. It was dead. So he's picking it up, throwing it away because that's his job. And they perpetuated that this was the man who had killed a geese to eat it.
Right.
It is like real despicable.
Yeah, I saw that they leaned in. Yeah, I mean, it's
What the fuck off, white people?
I mean, it's just I don't know. Everyone doesn't think that that is true, and it's I think that like it's turning people off.
You think?
Well, they came back with the polls. She's like 5 points ahead of him.
She is 5 points ahead.
On national polls.
Yeah.
Across
No,
the
she's
board.
doing pretty good. She's
doing pretty
at 51% and he's at 45 according to like Morning Consult.
I saw 50 and 44, 50, 45, something like that.
That's why he's unraveling, because I do think he knows he's going to lose.
Right.
I mean, when you get like big people, like when you get Joe Rogan saying that she's doing better.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he said it like this morning. I saw a clip. That lets you know that Trump, and he's probably cussing Joe out right now because he hates when his people go against him.
Joe Rogan is an interesting character. I kind of did this thing where I didn't listen to Joe Rogan. And
I didn't listen.
Yeah, but I was going based off of what people were reading about Joe Rogan.
Well, you were reading and saying.
And that's not really fair. That's not a fair thing to do.
Okay.
Right? And like I've seen Donald Trump talk.
Right.
I've seen him say things and read into things and be like, oh, I don't like this character. Joe Rogan, I had really not listened to his own podcast and just had been listening to other things. And Joe Rogan's podcast is interesting. That doesn't surprise me that he said that. Because Joe Rogan has no allegiance to Donald Trump at all.
Have you listened to him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Since then.
Yeah. I was like, I should give this a listen. And I was like, okay, this is interesting.
Do you know one of my friends, who is a black woman, made me realize that, which is why it's interesting hearing you say that, made me realize that he has a consensus of black people that do like him and do listen to him.
He's not making like, Joe Rogan is a rich white man. His allegiance is to himself.
The things that they can point to, and I didn't hear him say this. I just have heard he have said racist things. I mean, I wonder like how do people reconcile that?
I mean, I think that
maybe it doesn't matter.
I mean, sometimes people say racist things that aren't necessarily, aren't like racist people. You say racist shit sometimes.
About us?
No, about maybe
I say bigoted things.
Right.
And not necessarily racist.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the same difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's like the concept of racism or just like, it's inflicting harm against someone, which it is not. And when Joe Rogan says something that is questionable, you're, bigoted against another, it comes off as very like racist. But I don't know if I actually think that of him.
Well, this person told me that, this is a black woman who you've met. She told me that he's not racist and that she consider herself to be one of his biggest fans. She said, "Black for Joe." I said, my God.
I think that because I needed to listen to it. I didn't put it on, but it was on. Twan put it on.
Okay.
Twan had it on, and I was like, oh, I don't want to. And then I was listening to it, and I was like, oh, well, whatever. I was like, this is like, it's a polarizing opinion. He can say what he wants. If I became very famous tomorrow, my opinion would become very polarizing. People would have a problem with a lot of things I said. People would probably have a problem with a lot of shit you said too.
That could be true.
Right. You know what I mean? Like it would just be like, it's like, are we racist? No. But you could probably go in there and be like, whoa. If you could go in there and write some language to come up with some concepts that are not very nice to paint us in.
Right.
If you wanted to paint us in that type of light.
Right.
And I think that Joe Rogan might be someone who falls to that.
Maybe.
I think that Dave Chappelle kind of does too. There's a couple people like that who I think it's worth listening to what they have to say.
I won't listen to him
before like
I've listened, but I won't. But I hear that. I don't care to listen to. I won't listen to Joe Rogan, but I do think that what you're saying is interesting because when people in my life get to saying who I know who you are, I can take that.
You know what I mean? Like I really,
and I can also hear my other friends say and think that where it's not for me. I do not want to give him the energy. I really don't. But I don't want to give even some of these niggas the energy.
Sure,
I don't listen to them either.
It's just I sometimes I find it unfair as someone who is routinely judged on the internet about my views all the time.
Yes, you are.
Like I said something during the debate. Oh, funny. So during the debate, I posted. I was like, where's the shot here?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the shot out here? Right? And I was making like a joke. I was yelling at the camera. It was funny. What? Saying what?
Right. It went viral.
Now it was, huh?
It went viral-ish.
Oh, no, millions of plays.
Right.
And so but then it was interesting the response I got in different realms.
Okay.
TikTok was relatively yeah, that's crazy, or I felt similarly, or it wasn't super some people were like, oh, that's not nice to say, or whatever, it's not. There was some dissent on TikTok as well where it went more viral. But on Instagram, it was a bunch of people they were pissed.
They were mad?
Oh, they were so mad. And they were
About?
oh, they were
you making a joke of a person who
and
got shot?
But their response was just and a lot of responses were super racist. They were all oh, of course you know what it is to get shot or not. Instagram was going in. Thousands of comments that are wild. Got the litmus test. Why was I saying this?
Do you read them?
I read some of them, yeah. Some of them.
Does it matter?
They come, not really. I mean, does it matter?
I mean, the truth is that, if we're going to go there, Trump had another person supposedly that they saw in the bushes on Sunday with a gun.
He did. He didn't shoot the gun, and it was a white man.
Yeah.
And they are calling it an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, which is interesting.
Why?
I thought white people could walk around with all their guns. I thought that was fine.
I did too.
I thought you guys were okay with white men walking around with guns and AK-47s. I'm sure it was in a place where he could have one.
Funny though that
I'm sure it's in a place where he could have one unconcealed.
Yeah, this man is also like a felon.
Right.
What's interesting to me is that when they
So the fuck is Donald?
Yes, he is. When they ran him off, or when he realized that they were when they shot at him, they say that he left.
He didn't shoot at him. He did not shoot the gun.
But when they shot at him.
Oh, when they shot at him, yes, of course.
They say he left a loaded assault rifle and a backpack with a digital camera and some food. The funny part with me was the food.
Right.
He said, if I'm finna take your ass out,
gotta have a snack.
I gotta be eating a Swiss roll or
some pound cake. I was gonna do something.
Yeah, something sweet.
I would love some pound cake. Some pound cake would be really good. Or like a lemon cake.
Yeah, this man looked pitiful. I don't know if if you listen to the show, you know where I stand. I don't know what's going on. I've never seen a man that big.
I just thought it was interesting that they called
Trump.
he
seems to keep dodging.
He just was walking around, but he didn't get shot at. I'm sure it was. Where was it? Where did it happen in?
It was on his golf course.
Which one?
Like West Palm.
In Florida, where you can walk around with unconcealed carry things.
Which is why I like the
So it's fine to do this. It's fine.
Yeah.
You could totally be intimidating and scary to any other person, and it would be perfectly fine. But because you're intimidating and scary and just around Donald Trump with an AK-47, it's an assassination attempt.
Right.
It's very interesting how rules are written to adopt certain white men, and then even when white men test them up against the wrong white man, they get them. They get tested. Who's a whiter man? Who's richer and whiter and more powerful?
And some of these laws are just meant for the niggas.
Right.
And when it applies to them, then it becomes, oh shit, what do we do? All right, before Diddy, I want to ask you, have you heard that Jennifer Hudson has a new Christmas album coming out?
I did not hear that, and I'm
not interested.
Not very.
All right, you want to go to Diddy?
Well, I'm not that we don't have to talk about it. But
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
I was just saying, I was like, oh, Jennifer Hudson. I mean, it'll probably sound pretty good. I feel like I heard Jennifer Hudson has she did a song with Michael Bublé.
She did.
What's that song where they go back and forth?
I don't know.
It's like a back and forth Christmas song. It's like that duet one about getting way too drunk and
Right.
and not going home.
Well, the album is going to be called The Gift of Love, and it's going to be 16 tracks. And Black Twitter have had a field day.
They're
with
excited?
this. They are not excited.
Oh.
They're mocking Jen.
Oh
Jenny.
no!
Well, one person on Twitter, on TikTok said,
Why
well,
did my? Oh no!
somebody on TikTok said, well, shit, so much for a silent night. Hey!
Oh no! Ah!
And so they compiled. I want to read some of these
The internet is
lists.
so crazy.
So they compiled a list of what they think the track songs are going to be called. And can I read the first five?
Right.
Number 1 is "Oh Santa." It's Smoke Nicks in the Greens.
The smoke next and greens.
Number 2, Bojangle Bells.
Oh no! See, the internet is racist.
Number 3, no, this was the black man.
Yeah, black people
Number
are racist
3
too.
is "I Said Let It Snow, Lord." I said let it snow, Lord. Number 4 is "Nothing Silent About This Night." And number 5 is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Potluck."
That's funny.
And listen, Jennifer Hudson is beloved by our community. So when people talk about Jennifer, ain't no bitch say you off key.
I wonder
or
how
you
many,
can't sing.
I
She's
wonder
just
how-
loud.
I wonder how many racist black things come from Twitter bots that are white.
You know, that's
people
been a real thing.
that are white.
No,
that
this
are
person
white,
was black, but no, that's been a real thing.
That are white people.
Well, you know, they found
pretending
out.
to be black people.
They found out that
that really would not surprise me. That really
that happens.
would not surprise me.
They found out that a lot of those faces on Twitter with black women, they've been able to realize that they're white men.
Of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
makes sense.
that because I'm like
This though was like this person was on Facebook. This was a black man just talking about Jennifer being loud,
Right.
And just compiled a track list,
Right.
which is funny,
Right.
Ain't no white man ever was like, you ain't even smart enough like that. That's kind of brilliant. I said, let it snow, Lord.
That is funny.
Yeah, white people ain't
Well, I
that. They
think
don't
white
know our
people say-
vernacular
yeah, I don't-
like
I don't-
that.
yeah, I don't
Not
think white
quite.
people say that.
Nah.
That's
So
fair.
that's just a nigga being funny about Jenny and her loud mouth, screaming for. And her wigs are still bad.
Are they?
I saw it yesterday. Her and Angela Bassett, and she had like a shake and go.
Do you want to go to taping?
I think I'll grin and when I shouldn't.
Let's go to a taping.
I think I'll grin when I shouldn't.
I'll bring the podcast mic, and maybe we'll do an audio episode from Jennifer Hudson,
Right.
from inside Jennifer Hudson. That sounds funny.
It does. So Diddy's in jail.
Diddy is in jail.
Puffy's
Diddy
in
is in
jail.
jail.
He's in jail.
Did he do it? It looked like he did.
Shoo.
It looked like he did, girl.
He was
It looked like did.
supposed to be, according to TMZ, he was supposed to be arrested today, and something happened yesterday, and they said lock him up. You need to come. So it's been like rumors, wonder what that was. Was he trying to go to with Russell and Bali?
They said go get your ass.
Even
Go
though
get
they
him.
have his passports,
now.
they have all his children passports too.
Do they?
They've had all of them since April.
Right.
They had like the proposed bail. He's paid $50 million. He had to surrender all his children and his passport, and he could not leave Miami.
He's still in jail. Well, he's in jail now.
He's in New York, so they moved it. They made him. I don't know if "made" is the right word, but they arrested him in New York. But he left Miami like 2 weeks ago, been in New York, and he was arrested yesterday on some very, very serious shit. Racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, fraud, forced kidnapping. I don't know what that could mean.
Sounds pretty straightforward. Forced
kidnapping.
Right. I mean, kidnapping.
Yikes.
I don't know what the difference between kidnapping and forced kidnapping is, but
Arson.
Right.
Obstruction of justice. They said that they have evidence of the freak-offs where they found 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but if they're underage girls, it's not just whatever.
Oh, I didn't know there were underage girls.
Oh, yeah,
there.
no. Yeah, that's part of it, too.
No, you didn't say that in the charges.
Yeah, I forgot that word. Narcotics. So it looks like he was supplying women, children at times.
Wait, did they say that the charges were for underage girls?
Oh, no, that's there. I
That
just
is
forgot
that.
to say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Underage girls for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
that's
right.
some of the big parts of it.
Right. Tea spilled everywhere.
I
You
mean,
did
it
it.
doesn't. We've been talking about this since we started. I mean, it doesn't feel like My question to you is that because he's pleaded since this morning, since all that came out, he's pleaded not guilty.
I mean, that's what they do.
But I wonder though, like, this sounds very expensive.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like, obviously he has enough money right now, but what happens to his
Diddy's worth like $1 billion.
Yeah, but money goes. If you paying all
If you
type
pay a
of
nigga
shit.
$100 million for per fuck up, that's what's you're gonna run out of money quick. Can't do that but about 5, 6, 7 times.
I mean, it doesn't. I knew when Dawn Richards came out last week. Dawn of Making the Band.
Yes, Dawn did.
When she
said
came
was
out and
suing him.
when she came out and sued him, because her and Aubrey O'Day were the only two who
did not sign that
NDA.
Right.
I mean, it's even word that maybe they had been in communication with Cassie and knew that something was coming.
Right.
Because hey, she kind of started this ball going.
Right. Got her $30 million before he ran out of money.
She did, and then told him where the tapes were.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And there are more tapes. That's what the FBI, what the Fed said in the video today during the press conference. He said that he had video.
Oh, they got the tapes, girl.
Yeah, because you remember they took all their electronics. Mm-hmm. They said that there are videos of these freak offs with underage girls and things going on, and guns with like scratched out.
They got
serial
videos
numbers.
of the freak offs.
They do. So there are other people who suppose that Charlamagne the God was on the Breakfast Club.
Serial numbers.
Yeah, Charlamagne was on the Breakfast Club saying that there are people who will, that it's a possibility that whoever are on tape in those freak offs could also be
going to jail.
Could be going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
I told you months ago that I think it's some people who have already made their escapes. Like, when this nigga go down, I'm taking me and my children and I'm going to my friend's house.
Over there.
Yeah, over there. Bugaboo.
Right.
Say my name.
No. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're not going to get me in trouble with Beyonce. I love you, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Fuck him. Okay?
Who you bugging? You bugging? Who you bugging?
Fuck him. Okay? Okay.
You made me want to throw my page out the window.
I want that on tape. Okay? I want that.
You made me want to throw my page out the window.
No. Fuck.
Tell TMI to cut the phone cords.
And Beyonce and Jay-Z. Hi. We're friends.
I like them. I'm just saying that they say that it's a lot of people that could be tied up. I even heard some of them Kardashians could be in the mix of it.
I mean, everyone is talking shit.
I mean, it's a big one. This is a big fall.
Yeah, Diddy know some people.
Diddy know some people. And we are of the generation now. We have seen Diddy be the mogul.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so it's a big fall. It feels, I mean, like Cosby was a little like, Cosby was Cosby, but he was also not our generation, really.
Right.
The fall was big, but it was really not, it didn't hit like this one. This one is interesting because I remember in 2004, Diddy was very integral in like getting John Kerry elected with the Vote or Die shirts.
Right.
That was a huge thing. So he's done a lot of things over the years. I think that it's interesting how the courts, like his lawyers are trying to say that, don't forget that he is a philanthropist, that he has some good in him, which I understand. They're trying to show that he's a flawed person, but you can have kinks, you can be a freak, you can have freak-offs, but you lose me when you get to kidnapping and sex trafficking.
Right.
Also, by the way, I think it's important to tell people that, sex trafficking can be a slippery slope. You flying bitches out.
Right.
All of those things.
Right.
Can get your ass caught up. So you men who trying to show that you got a cup of money or EBT card and $20K in cash, you might better be smart. Don't be trying to get that person who you don't know her age from Miami to come here.
Right.
And fuck you in the Ramada Inn.
Right.
And you take her to American Deli.
Because his kids be on these apps.
They do. So
I be reporting them.
Right.
I be like, you get the fucking
right.
report.
And I think that it's worth, like, I mean, that's why I don't even like that idea.
Or they're cops,
right.
Whichever one.
And I don't feel like, do you feel like, I don't feel like this is a queer or a gay thing, but I never hear that like, this, like, notion of, oh, he flew me out. Like, it feels like a straight male-female thing where you hear people talking about being flown out or taken care of. I mean, we I hear things, but not like I don't feel
I've
like
been flown out.
I know that, but
Right.
yeah.
So I think it's just.
But
like
did you go?
So on one of the times.
Okay.
I went. One times I didn't go.
You didn't.
Yeah,
be careful, people. Be careful.
Yeah, it happens.
Be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, don't do stupid shit. Don't be nasty. I don't know. I have liked men who were older for a long, long time. So the concept of children is weird to me.
Weird.
People who are
for you
into young people.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
You mean for for sure.
I think kids are gross.
But I mean, what does it say about the 45-year-old who liked us at 20?
Right.
That's
I
the
didn't
part.
like niggas who was 45 either.
Not at 20.
No, I don't like niggas who are 45 now.
Oh, okay.
Realistically, how old do I have liked men about 33 for a long time. For a very long time.
So some of these men are no longer 33; they're like 37.
Yeah. But now I like them 33 still.
Oh, okay.
So what likely will end up happening is I will be one of them old niggas with a 33-year-old.
They don't go lower than that.
That's what it'll probably be. I'll probably be an older nigga with a 33-year-old. That sounds right. 33 is a good age. I like them when they're grown and still sexy.
Okay.
And still youthful.
My lord today.
What's his name? Be picking them. He be getting rid of them by the time they turn like 25.
Who?
That to me. Leo.
Leonardo?
Right.
Well, hopefully his day come. You said something, and I'm not saying nothing. I don't know shit about Leo, so I'm not even putting him in this Diddy conversation. But I do think that you said something on the first episode of this show about Diddy in response to me reading some of the details. And I do think it's worth, I thought about it today, it is time that we see more of these white nasty men locked up too.
Right.
Diddy deserves the prison.
Right.
But Lord knows, we need to see Donald Trump behind bars.
Right.
We need to see some of these other men who are doing heinous things to women and children and boys.
I'm trying to think if Donald Trump behind bars is good for America. I don't know if that is.
Why? Because they're going to make him like a martyr?
Right.
Oh, well, who cares?
Well, no, it could be worse. That could be bad.
But you shouldn't. But a fear of a person becoming a martyr shouldn't make you to where you don't pay your price.
Not the fear of a person becoming a martyr. Not that at all. It's more like the fear of however many upset white people ascend on however many capitals. Mm-hmm. That could be problematic quickly. You know what I mean? Because they're the gun-owning crazy white people. So I don't actually know if putting Donald Trump behind bars is the right way to do it. That sounds maybe stupid. Not worth the stress. Maybe this old man just dies and we let his clock run out because he's old anyway.
Is he on house arrest?
I doubt it. Maybe we strap his money up and, shame him. Strap up his money to a degree that is just I don't know. They can't take it all from him probably. But they, strap some of his money up and, let him just die. Because putting him in prison is probably not a great idea. If I had to be honest. Thinking out loud.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I think it's a good idea.
But, I don't think you're the only one that thinks
that.
No,
I don't think I am. I don't think I'm the only person who thinks
that
that either. Nope.
So therefore, it is worth mentioning. I love that we say things that we know people are thinking. So you're not the only one thinking that.
No, I don't think so. Because that sounds...
Real quick, Elon, supposedly, since Elon Musk have taken over Twitter, X, whatever it's called, the revenue has collapsed 84%.
Yeah.
And Mark Cuban is now asking, can he buy it?
Interesting.
Yeah. Fuck Elon.
Fuck Mark Cuban too, but that's interesting.
Why though? I mean, we can point why fuck Elon. This man is
actually no. I mean, Mark. I mean, whatever. It's just it's not it's just another wealthy white man. But that's interesting. That doesn't surprise me, because Elon's kind of turned Twitter into a nasty-ish place.
Yes, he has.
Mm-hmm. And no one wants to advertise on a place that is nasty. Mm-mm. That's not good for business. Mm-mm. As we have seen what will happen if it catches on that you are nasty.
And a cesspool of misinformation.
Right.
Yeah.
And he is just reposting the wildest shit.
I mean, I said to you about my grandma, you gotta know sugar from salt. It is almost virtually impossible to know on Twitter.
Elon is...
Because you don't, they just say anything.
People just say anything.
Anything. I mean, and they're verified.
Right.
And it's like, wait, what?
Now you can just, for $8, you can...
Right.
Right.
And saying the most outlandish shit.
Right. Right.
And I think that, and even some of the shit he says since Trump's second assassination attempt about Joe and Kamala has been like, I don't like that idea that this man is owning this and saying this. Freedom of speech could, but if he was like equal to me and you with freedom of speech, I would have no problem with what he was saying. But for him to be owning it, saying that type of shit,
Right.
is very icky.
We're in a muddy line.
It's very icky. It feels like 1994, like that type of propaganda where, I don't know. We got to figure something out. We got to get that black lady in this office, and I don't know what she gonna do with that. But I don't know. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of talking about Trump. I think that if once she win this last
It's been
time,
a long time of talking about Trump. It's been like
10 years.
It's been like 10 years talking about
10 years. That's why that debate felt good, because it was the first time we saw someone really like say, back up,
Right.
you dumbass.
Dumbass. I don't got time for this. Right.
Hillary loved it.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
I feel like this
Hillary
is like,
gonna have good seats at that inauguration.
oh, you said that last week. That's
Hillary
great.
gonna have real good seats.
I also feel like Hillary this is also
Hillary
her
gonna be
win.
right up there in the front.
Oh yeah, Kamala likes Hillary.
Right.
I heard that Kamala called her before she even debated him for prep tips.
Right.
Like,
Hillary picked that motherfucker up.
she picked up the other phone.
She picked it up.
And cuss too.
She old. She ain't got that much shit going on.
Well, she's promoting a new book.
Sure.
I love how the richest of the rich always get more money.
Well,
Bill, Michelle, Barack. Well, how many books y'all gonna write?
Well, I think when you like have a lot of money, like what you gonna do? You've been working. You're gonna keep working. You're not gonna stop working.
Yeah, but
Now
you can stop and just keep the money you got.
Yeah, but your money. Yeah, but you worth something. Like you want to keep working. You can't keep bringing in money. If you're 60, you're not dead.
So they're writing books just to remain relevant?
I don't think they're writing books to remain relevant. I think like they're writing books because they have things to say.
Okay.
And so
that
like,
could be true, but make it free then.
Why do that?
Because I don't.
Barack and Michelle can take these white people's money. Jay-Z can get some more white people's money too. So could Beyonce. They could all get some more. Dead ass.
In some regards, I also think that capitalism is also icky. So
Capitalism is icky. These people do have enough money. I'm not saying that.
Have a long way to go before we can make all the money.
Right.
But them at the top could actually like just settle on your way.
But just doing everything. But you're not gonna do everything for free.
Like that's stop writing the book.
I mean,
like every year
you don't have to buy. You don't have to buy the book. No, you ain't gotta buy
write the books, but every year I gotta pay you something.
You don't even have to buy the book. Most of the niggas is not gonna buy it. They're gonna let a couple people buy it, a couple people read it, and they're gonna read the shit for free that I can read about the book that I already, saying for someone else's perspective.
Yeah,
that's what most people are gonna do.
Sure I think it's number one, but I hear what you're saying. And no people that we know ain't buying Hillary Rodham's book.
You just people got stuff that they want to do. I understand having things that you want to do.
And say.
Yeah.
I get that too.
And you not being, and your time not being up, and you not being just like.
Oh yeah, people are living so long. Hillary's just 77, I think, this year. She looks good if he's that old.
That's old.
That is, and she looks great to me. So I think you're right in the sense that, of course, Hillary may still have a lot more to say, because unless she got a health sickness that come, that bitch gonna live to 90.
Hillary Clinton she's probably not, and she probably ain't being like, oh, give me $100 million for my book. I don't think she's doing that either. I think she's like, oh, I need a book.
I don't know if I think that they're like lucrative deals.
I don't know.
I think Obama making lucrative deals.
I'm sure they're lucrative enough, but I'm sure that like they're like, it's Hillary Clinton's book. Someone's gonna buy it. She's an interesting person. Mm-hmm. She's done stuff. There's something I'm sure she got something interesting to say.
Well, this one is her. This is the first time I think we've heard from her. Well, it's not the first time, but this is like since the pandemic. This is her first book of writing where she's talking about grief and losing 3 people, and then she also talks about how she'll never get over losing to Trump. So I guess those are things that people want to hear her say.
I'm sure that.
And she's supposedly the most candid she's ever been, because I've always thought she was a little like guarded.
Yeah, now she's 77. She don't give a fuck.
Yeah, she's even in the interviews thing she's been doing the last couple of weeks on Rachel Maddow last night and The View last week. I could tell that it felt like a Hillary that, even talking about Trump, it felt like a Hillary like, fuck this.
Right.
I'm telling the truth and I'm shaming the devil.
Right.
And I think
I'm
that's
mad
fair.
at it.
I don't think I don't hate that.
I
like Hillary personally.
Yeah,
I voted for her.
I did too.
If she would have won, we would have been ending her 8 years.
Right.
What a shitty decade we've had.
Right.
Joe years have been better.
been okay.
Yeah, they've been better. His son, I think he will go down as one of the most consequential presidents. When you look at him on paper and what he's been able to legislatively do, I don't know if I think that we feel it in our real lives.
No.
I don't know that. But I don't think that I can separate that. I can hear people say he's great and he will go down in history as being a real progressive president. And I can also know that these last couple of years have been incredibly expensive. Money's been tight.
Money's been tight for years and years.
But I mean, like, inflation ain't been like this.
Inflation's bad, but I mean, COVID was bad. So this, I feel like, is just all like a response to like a globally response to like COVID. COVID was crazy.
Yeah, but I wish the people know that though, because when they talk about why they want Trump, they say it's because it was cheaper back then.
Yeah, but I don't think that many people actually. But people remember.
People do think that.
But people remember when Donald was president, and that was stressful.
Yeah, but a lot of people, Corey, say he gave me Trump checks.
But he didn't give Trump checks.
But that's what the people say.
Trump was not president when that happened.
No, he was president when the stimulus checks happened. He was president. It was during COVID. He was our president.
In
2020. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was him.
Right.
Because it said Donald Trump. That's why they think they're fucking Trump checks.
Right.
He didn't do shit. I'm not taking up for him, but I do think that when you hear people talk, you hear so many people, black or white, say it was bad, it was cheaper, and he gave us money.
But when I think about the money that actually came in, like, because I was still getting money all of 2021, like, that was not Trump money.
No, same. Some of my best unemployment days,
right. That was
even
with
the job that I have, was Joe was in there.
Joe was in there.
I think that's correct too.
Joe was in there.
But that 2020 year, I didn't get no stimulus check. I didn't. But that was that Trump. That was his last couple months in office.
You didn't get a $1,400 stimulus check? Really?
Nope.
Interesting.
No, I got unemployment, but I didn't get that.
Oh, no, I got that.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
this was good.
Great episode, y'all.
Bye.
We'll see you next week, hoes.
Bye-bye.